And so this looks so flattering on me because it has built up this shape to give the illusion of more fullness to the back of my head. I cut my hair 8 weeks ago and now this shit needs to go. I want my bob back, not my mullet, okay, Billy Ray? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel with your main girl, Mel. Disclaimer, I am a professional hairstylist, and if you are the person that feels brave enough to cut your own hair, I encourage you because I do too. And as per your request, today we're going to be reshaping my bob because it's starting to look more like a Robert. My Mel is turning into a Melissa, and I had that wannabe bob lob for far too long, and before this intro gets any longer, let's get to it. This has been very highly requested since I first cut it, which I did not film because honestly it was very impulsive. I kind of blacked out midway through. But now that I'm back and in need of a refresh, I want to share with you important tips and tricks on how to maintain a bob haircut because that's one of the hardest things about having one. It grows so fast. It's already almost entering lob territory, and I was just in that wannabe bob for far too long. And so before she becomes a Robert, let's turn this Melissa back into a Mel. Because as we've established, this is 100% my look, honey baby. All right, first order of business, of course, I've got some accessories. I've got scissors for hair cutting, not craft or kitchen scissors. And I have got many mirrors with me so I can see everything. And if you have these, in case the sound confused you, this is a clipper. It could come in handy. I want to show you what's kind of happening here with my shape. You'll notice that it looks longer in the back here. It's almost becoming rounded. And when I pull up my hairline, it's going to explain why. This is why a bob haircut grows out so fast. So it's important that you keep your hairline in mind. Now we are actually going to start here after I drape myself, because when I cut it the first time, I was just going after it. I did not protect myself, and I still feel like I have hair everywhere. That shirt is ruined. It's itchy every time I wear it. So like I was saying, we're starting in the back. I want to start at the back of my head because I'm creating an A-line kind of bob, and you always want to start at the shortest point of the haircut. So by starting back here, I'm setting in the framework for the rest of the haircut. Now here's my safety net. I'm going to let down the perimeter that is in front of my face. That way I can actually measure where I need to cut. I don't think I need to take these sides much shorter. I think I just need to pick up the back. The back feels like it's starting to sag. I want to build up the weight again so that I get this really nice, beautiful, graduated, stacked look, right? That's what I'm trying to achieve. Keyword trying. And so for me, I actually have quite a few different curl patterns in this section of my hair. And this becomes really important to note when I don't know which way to face. Wait, where should I sit? I'm going to face you for a second so I can explain this. For the most part, around my head, I have a very consistent curl pattern. I've got a 3B-ish curl. In some areas, I'm a little bit tighter, like a 3C. Those letters don't really matter. Some people might fight me on that. They're pretty irrelevant, but it's just to give you an idea if you wanted to put it on a scale. I digress. And actually, in these sections here, my little like back sideburns, I have these really cute tiny little ringlets, but some of the curls are bigger. And so that's why I wanted to address this haircut dry. Especially when curly hair is above the shoulders. More often than not, I'm going to prefer going in with a dry haircut. That way you can really craft and shape the haircut. It's easier to visualize how the shape is going to turn out if you're cutting when it's dry as opposed to when it's wet. When my hair was longer, it didn't really make much of a difference, so I just trimmed it wet. But for now, and for your reference, cutting it on a dry canvas with your hair washed, and not styled, but not with a lot in your hair, is going to be best. So I had just washed and conditioned. I prepped my hair with a little bit of a leave-in protectant. I used the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex. And then I did want to use a little bit of a styling cream. I used the Aveda Botanical Repair Bond Repairing Styling Cream. Raked that through, mostly air dried, diffused just a little bit, and now I'm here. I want my curl pattern to look similar to how it always does, which is why I wanted to style it similar to how I usually do, without over manipulating it and without making it too crunchy. There's a reason why I avoided using any gels or mousses when doing this, because I'm really going to be picking through the curls. It's going to look really big and fluffy by the end of this. But in order to get there, I needed to keep my styling very soft. So she is soft and she is ready. And I am turning. I'm turning. I wish I had a spinny stool. So again, if I'm using the front as a guide, this is the line I want to create. I'm also using my jawline as a reference. I want it all to be angular. I want it to follow this angle. Now here's the thing, and I can really just see where the curls are bigger and laying on top of the smaller curls. So I'm just going to gently start snipping these away. Oh my God, I'm gonna be so excited. I have felt like the back of my head is too long for like 4 weeks. Since cutting my hair though, I have noticed I have been tagged in quite a few posts. A lot of you have let me know that I have inspired you to cut your own bob or get your bob cut. And I'm just so proud of us all. You know, this is really a new era for all of us. Now to create a stack of hairs, you know, if we think about curly hair especially, when it's all cut one length, it looks very triangular, kind of similar to how it's looking here. Like the hair is just bulging out at the bottom because all the curls are almost around the same length. Whereas I want to elevate them so it stacks better. Now that can be a little bit difficult to do on your head. So a little hack to create that elevation, instead of like trying to reach and trying to lift and whatever, I'm going to tilt my chin up about 45 degrees. Because the way the hair is now laying, I'm going to cut it straight here. And when I come back up, it's actually going to create that graduation for me just because of the way that I'm tilting my head. Does that make sense? All right, let's do it. I'm tilting my head back. I can see what needs to go. And I'm cutting them loose. Now I haven't done this before, but I do think that especially for this framework section, it would be easier to pull out clippers to clip the back of my head into that straight kind of line. So I'm gonna be very careful here. I'm gonna use my mirror. Yeah, that's the angle. That's feeling really good. It's feeling better already. Let's move on up a section. Actually, I'm also going to be sectioning out the rest of the haircut. So I'm going to be taking a horseshoe around the top of my head. And I'm also keeping the sides in front of my ears sold separately. Oh boy, we've got a lot of material to work with back here. I'm taking another similar section. I'm going to take vertical panels like this. And look how long that is in the back. Okay, it didn't even grow out this long. It needs to be cut this short is what happened. It's just what has to happen. So once again, I'm going to tilt my head all the way back. Tell me you can't see that stacking. Now you can see that which is again all fluffed out, compared to this. Do you see this shelf, this stack that we have created? Come on. We're gonna finish up the back section by taking all the hair that falls in my crown. That's all the hair from the top, highest point on my head, back. And now you can, like, I haven't even cut this, but you can see how the shape is already shaping. You see, this haircut has a combination of different techniques. Techniques are one length, graduation or stack, or layers, which is removing weight. So I had graduation through the back, and on the top half, it transforms into layers. The layers weren't much of the problem. It was more the back graduation that had grown out and kind of sagged, which, I mean, you saw, and as we explained, that has a lot to do with the hairline and the way that is shaped. And see, I actually have a very flat head in the back, and so this looks so flattering on me because it has built up this shape to give the illusion of, you know, more fullness to the back of my head. I'm just gonna come on through and see if there is any layering that I need to do. Taking similar sections, and I'm always bringing the sides to the center. The center is the shortest point in the back. Really just cleaning this up. And as a hack, I have shared ponytail haircuts on how to create layers like this. So this, I would do the universe haircut, which is like the unicorn but in reverse, and that would actually layer this whole top section in the crown. If you think about it, that's really what I've done, just in smaller sections. But I could gather this whole top to the middle here and then just clean that up to simplify things. To get this stack in the back, there's not really a ponytail haircut for that. So, you know, I've given you the tips that I can. This is literally what I'm doing, how I'm able to achieve this on myself. But alas, we have effectively perked up the back. Like, talk about a hair lift. Sip. Now I'm gonna let down my sides, which I kind of like. I will tilt my head again. Remember, we're tilting again. Tilting is gonna help to give me the stacked look. I'm gonna tilt my head. I'm gonna fluff out the curls like so. And I'm just gonna trim anything that I feel like is sticking out. I'm not applying any tension. When you pull the hair and cut it, that's when you'll find it can jump up more than maybe expected. This is really, you know, we styled the hair in its natural texture. I'm not pulling on the hair much because I really want to see where it lays so I can visually shape what I need to shape. And I love doing the ear tuck, so I want to check for that, see how that is sitting. I might notice that it's heavy behind my ear, and so I might trim up a little bit more here. Always following this upwards angle. Now, just for some context, when I first cut my bob, well, I happened to cut my hair like 3 times in the course of 1 month, just slowly going shorter and shorter because I don't know. I was looking to achieve a certain shape, and then on the last try, that like big transformation haircut, when I really went for it and cut several inches off, I just hacked away at my hair for a good 5 hours. I'm not even kidding. I was really intuitive. I was really just building out the shape, and it was quite the experience. But again, this is very visual. It's kind of like you're trimming a hedge, which is super fun if you're into gardening. And it's not that serious. Like, it's really, is it ever that serious? Melting. Okay, finally, we need to address the bangs. Okay, my camera died, so I'm back. We're about to do the bangs, but in the meantime, I just started fluffing out the sides of my hair. And I'm just seeing where I want to remove bulk. I actually don't want my hair to be really poofy on the sides. I want it to be kind of condensed. So I'm just going to continue to trim my hedge. I'll feel out my hair, and then I'll feel where I feel like, that's a lot of feels. I'll feel where I feel like it is sticking out a little bit, and I'll just hold on to it. Okay, great. Now, the bangs. When I first cut it, I was keeping it kind of to the side because with a bob, first of all, bobs and middle parts, they're not a great match. They're not a great match. But the bob with the side part and the tuck, everything. Or you can kind of go for the bob with the bangs. Now, everyone does love the bangs, but I love my haircut to be versatile. So I'm not gonna cut the bangs super short intentionally, but I am just gonna cut this tiny little triangular section in here. I'm going to trim some of these extra long hairs. I'm doing so cautiously, knowing that these are gonna jump up later. This is another area on my head where the curl pattern is a little bit tighter. I also, if you're interested in like a more in-depth bang tutorial, I do have full tutorials up on my channel on how to cut bangs, especially curtain bangs. Doesn't matter your texture. I got the tutorial. Now, back to my side part, because this is my situation. I part my hair here. I'm going to take a section from right in front and a section from right behind. I'm lifting up the hair, pulling it slightly forward, and I'm going to trim these bad boys here. So now this panel around my side part, wherever your part is my shortest section. And I'm going to continue taking panels like so. And I'm going to pull it all the way to where that section was. I'm pulling it all the way to the side part. Holding it in my fingers like this and cutting. Make sure I like this face frame angle here. Stunning. Now the most important thing is before you get too scissor happy, you gotta step back, restyle, and then you can refine once you see how the curls have settled. So that's what I'm gonna go do. I'll be back once I've restyled my hair with all of my styling product, not just the one, a cream styler I'm gonna use. I don't know yet. But I'll be right back with the deets and the final look. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. The video is complete because what do I need? There's nothing else for me to do here. These are my finished results. Get into the shape, get into the layers, see how it's not too bushy on the side, and it's a little bit more square. I do love that for me. But most importantly, the area of concern was the back. And I have to say, I think we've addressed that. Although you will notice my little curly sideburns here. See, they're not really giving the look of that clean neckline, that elongation that I want. So to refine, I am going to cut those bad boys down. And I know that was really scary and sad, but they needed to go. You can see this rogue curl right over here that I'm gently going to snip away at slowly. I'm not doing a hard chop. I want to keep the ends soft. Shake, see, and then snip if need be. What do you think? Do you love it as much as I do? Let me know. Let me know if you found this helpful. If not, if it was good entertainment, if you learned something new, and if you want to see more videos like this, please do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel if you're not already, because you know, we post new videos on this channel each and every week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. I also don't want you to miss a link. I'm going to have the links to any helpful tools, as well as some additional videos in the description box below, so you can check that out there. And I hope to see your comments and questions in the comment section. This has been your main girl Mel with her Mel, not Melissa, and I'm out. Peace!
Hello there. Now you might be wondering, why was this video a little bit weird? It was because I had to edit it. And as you may know, Amanda's on her honeymoon with Joe, her new hubby, and they're currently in South Africa with all the rest of the lions and tigers and bears and whatever else is there. So today you got a video with me. It's my first time ever editing anything, and you know what? Life's about doing things that you've never done before, so it was a first. I hope you liked it.
Yes, like he said, life's all about firsts, and he cut out all of the bloopers. Anthony, are you new here? He's new here, but while we are here, let me just spin you around. We hope that you liked this week's video that he's edited. And I also want to thank you so much for 800,000 subscribers. We've just hit that this week. We are going to do a huge giveaway. For giveaway details, do check the description box, because you have to be subscribed to our newsletter on our website, mainsbymell.com. And then that way you'll get all the details for the giveaway. We're going to be giving away some pretty big things, aka a Dyson, because a big subscriber account calls for a big giveaway. And I just want to say thank you again so much for the love on the bob, for everything. Anthony, you did great, sweetie. And stay tuned for next week. You're going to have a lot more details regarding Amanda's wedding, and then she'll be back to edit next week's video, hopefully. I'm kidding. You did great, sweetie. Hopefully. You did great. Okay. Bye, everybody.